those goosebumps every time you come around, yeah. You ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those comments.
It's Moji or Bored Black Girl, and I'm back with another book. This is Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. This is actually my second Ali Hazelwood book that I've ever read, and this is actually my fifth book for my 12 book challenge because this is my book for May. I will also be posting another video where I will be talking about the book more in depth, while this one is just my reading vlog. So let's get into it. I'm having super bad cramps. Where you can see my reflection in my glasses, just ignore that, but I'm having super bad cramps. But I have started reading, and for some reason it just starts on some love story between two scientists. I was so confused. I didn't know what was going on for a hot second, but we are continuing, and we have already had Levi's name dropped, and I think he is the person who is co-doing her little NASA project thingy. Okay, so from what I've learned so far, Levi is her grad school nemesis, and also he's 6'4", which is insane. Apparently he called her fugly. Off the bat, I'm kind of immediately picking up on where this miscommunication is coming from, because although he did not outright say she was fugly or whatever, when her friend asked him if she was attractive, he just didn't answer. He walked away instead. But obviously rumors spread, things went wild, and then soon she says that she dislikes him because when they were working together, he never bothered to meet her eyes. He never bothered to come to the journal club when it was his turn to present, and he always slipped out of group conversations when she was there. And then on top of that, which this part I feel like isn't the full truth, which I feel like most of it isn't the full truth, well, at least like she needs a different perspective. And the last thing is, after her and her ex-fiance Tim were engaged, apparently Levi pulled him aside and told him that he could do better. I feel like it was the other way around. I feel like Levi pulled him aside and said that she could do better, but we're probably not going to know that until way later into the book, considering the way the love hypothesis went. Again, with the love hypothesis parallels, because of course our main female's character's parents are dead. This wasn't really mentioned anywhere else before, but apparently B runs a super popular yet kind of controversial academia account on Twitter. I honestly kind of hate how predictable books are, because obviously she runs the very popular account specifically for women, and then soon there is a male account who is also very popular, and I'm just gonna guess and say it's either going to be Adam or it's going to be somebody else, and somehow they find out that it's her. Either way, I honestly kind of don't hope it's Adam, because I feel like it's going to be too predictable. And if it isn't him, I'm interested to see what they do with the whole Twitter storyline instead. I'm going through it this morning, so ignore the way I look. But it's so weird to see, like, real life things mentioned in books. This is the first time I've read a book that really mentions, like, social media, and, like, she mentions, like, she was worried that Levi, or not Levi, but the second account was secretly like some old gamer trying to dox her. And I think that's so interesting, because it kind of makes me realize that like that's something that's going to be added in a lot of books. I'm sure that it was in books before, but I feel like doxing in the specific conversation of like gaming or even just like social media, that's like gonna be in books in the future, and it's probably in other books right now. And this is something interesting. It's so obvious immediately that it's Levi, because he's like, oh my god, they're talking back and forth, and he's like, oh my god, it's about a girl, and he's like, oh, she's married. No, she's not. What if I told you she was single and she was texting you on Twitter right now? Like, she's not married. So I think the fact that it just got kind of confirmed that it is him, it's a little bit like, I knew it was gonna be him, but it's kind of interesting to see how their online relationship or interactions will play into their real life romance. So I feel like that's another way that this book is similar to the love hypothesis, because same way in the love hypothesis, they knew each other before they realized that it was each other. But I'm curious to see if it will happen in the same way, that like one of them will know and the other won't know, or if they'll both just not know. Ignore the fact that I'm hiding my face right now. I literally fell off my bike and I have scratches all over my face. We'll just ignore that. But it's kind of, I find this really funny because, like, obviously she's vegan and they have one vegan donut for her, and tell me why Levi is eating her vegan donut right now. I just found that a little bit funny because she's like, I can see behind his teeth his blue tongue thing. Okay. For some reason, what's his name, Boris, he's like the, technically he says that he's their boss. I'm not really sure, but like the way she describes him is so mean. She says he's a bald-headed redhead and he looks like he just ran back and forth. I'm like, okay, B, damn, I feel like that was a little bit rude. But I also find it super interesting the way that Ali Hazelwood does not really care about the fact that, like, these were fan fictions. Well, the fact that, like, she clearly gets inspiration from Adam Driver, who, if you didn't know, like, her first book, The Love Hypothesis, is based off of a Rey and Kylo fan fiction. But I think it's just kind of funny and kind of like nice as a fanfic writer myself that she drops hints about her fan fiction and the fact that like she used to write it in her books, because obviously we have the very more obvious one in The Love Hypothesis, which was Adam Driver, and then in this one we have The Empire Strikes Back, which Levi says is his favorite movie. I just find that a little bit cute. Have you ever just the way my bonnet looks right now, have you ever just read a character that just makes you so upset? Because right now that's how Trevor has me feeling, because him and B are talking on the phone. She's like, I have no equipment, I have no updates, and he's like, get me an update or you're gone. And she's like, why? So yeah, Trevor is already on my shit list. Great. I know I probably shouldn't jump to assumptions without reading further, but B is like, you know what, I'm gonna take some charge, and she actually calls the company that is sending the equipment. Tell me why Levi quite literally canceled it. What? He canceled the shipment of the equipment? Say that 5 times fast. That's crazy. I might be wrong. I'm gonna have to read and see what happens, but that's gonna be tomorrow, so I'm about to go to bed. But like, Levi is so shady right now. What? Please ignore the sound of the fan. I know it's loud, but it is so hot in here, you have no idea. But tell me why. First of all, I knew that he had a kid, obviously, but like, because they told us a little bit, but I wasn't really thinking about it. But then B was in his office because she got some balls. After she called the people who make her equipment and was like, yeah, Levi canceled the order, she was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something about this. She goes to Levi's office and she's like questioning him. She's looking around his office. Tell me why she's a photo of the wife and child. Wow. Okay. But she is like talking her shit. And she's like, you know what? If you're not gonna do your job, I'm gonna go above you. I'm gonna tell your supervisor. Which kind of killed me because I was like, I wasn't expecting her to pull that move. I was kind of thinking she was going to be similar to Olive, because Olive was just quiet and really kept to herself. Then again, like, it isn't the same circumstance, but I was kind of surprised that B really stuck up for herself and like full on confronted him. Levi's so sneaky. Tell me why he got to Boris before her. I'm actually surprised. Wait, what? I can't lie, that was kind of a good move on Levi's end. Like, wait. Levi just said, I want you to let her do her job. Don't tell me Boris is the one sabotaging. It is Boris, or someone above Boris. What else do you expect from a nigga named Boris? No shade if you're Boris and you're watching me, shout out to you. But if you're book Boris, like, what are you doing? Okay, he canceled the order because it was not what she asked for. Okay. Besides the whole kid and wife thing, we're hashtag Team Levi and hashtag Team Fuck Boris. We hashtag Team Bryce out here. By the way, I look like a glazed donut. It's so hot and I have to turn the fan off to film this because it's been on like full power all day. But Boris, basically Adam calls, not Adam, Levi, oh my gosh. Basically Levi calls B and he's like, do you still want to work with me? Come, I'm about to go talk to Boris real quick. So she gets up and she's like trying to see, you know, what's going on. And I think what he's trying to pitch is like another company that could I guess work in the place of blank. I'll be honest, I don't fully know, but I honestly was kind of surprised that he had this idea. It makes me wonder if the whole situation with B saying like, oh, you don't care, made him go like above and beyond, or if this is like something he just had in his back pocket. The fan is not blowing too much, although it probably is considering the fact that it is on the highest setting and like right in front of me. But as I'm reading right now, Levi is trying to just talk to B and be like, hey, I don't really hate you, here's the reason why. And all she seems to do is want to talk. And it's so annoying because she's just talking and they're about to get pulled away for a meeting or something, and it's just a bit aggravating because if she could just shh for a moment, we could have a little bit of truth. But no, she just wants to talk. Like a lot of Ali Hazelwood books, at least this one and The Love Hypothesis, so you can see all my scars from when I got my bike accident. It's crazy. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing them really now on camera. But like the way this book could be so much quicker, because I'm at the chapter right now and they're talking, or I guess they're texting in their private accounts on Twitter, and he's like, yeah, she's married. I feel like these things could be solved so easily if these two just sat and had a conversation, not like confessing how they feel, but simply about their lives. Because if she could just be like, oh, I'm actually not married, you'd be like, oh, you're not? And as far as we know, Adam is allegedly married with a kid, which we'll see how that pans out. If that's not the case, it'd just be so easy for him to be like, oh, well, no, actually, I don't have a kid and I'm not married. Let's get together. Communication. I know that's probably funny coming from me, but we won't talk about me. We're talking about the book. Okay. I was freaking out as I read this. So what happens is B goes out and then soon essentially she ends up in a what is it called, a cemetery. So she's like, I gotta get out of here, and she calls Levi. Here he comes in his truck, and then Levi takes her to his place. This is where we find out many things. We find out not only does he not have a child, not only does he not have a wife, but he's vegan. I know that the other two things probably are more important, but the part that he was vegan got me the most, because as a reader, I feel like I kind of knew that he definitely did not really have a wife and child. The child part was, I was but the wife part, I didn't think so. But he also has a cat. The vegan part surprised me because earlier he had eaten a donut that was for B because she's a vegan. And I thought that it was funny because it's like only one vegan donut and like the vegan can't even have it. The whole time, he is the vegan. That part really got me. The other stuff is definitely important, but the fact that he's literally vegan and she was upset because he ate her one vegan donut, that just had me. The fact that you can see my bra, I don't really care, but I don't want YouTube to like do anything about it. I am wearing a dress, but it just looks interesting because I have the bra on. But I feel like I haven't really given many updates on this book, but just I'm reading and soon B's like telling us what she's wearing, and it's just disturbing. I know that might sound rude, but it's very disturbing. It fits B as a character, but like it's just, she's wearing Galaxy leggings and a white tank top. B, it's not 2010. We've left Galaxy leggings. I know you're old. I mean, not say old. You're older. Please, don't do it again. Okay, I'm reading a little bit in bed, but At the convention, I don't know where they're going. They're walking somewhere together, and then soon Levi's like, oh, isn't that your friend? Something adjacent. And she's like, who? Annie. Now, y'all might not know who Annie is, but she also sees Tim. Tim, who is her ex-husband. No, not ex-husband. Ex-fiance, because they never got married. Tim is there with her old best friend, Annie, because they cheated together. So obviously she's like, she sees Annie and she's like, oh God. And then she sees Annie and Tim. She basically passes out, and then soon Levi takes her back to his room and they're talking, and it comes out that they never got married. And he's like, you never got married? She's like, no. He's like, this whole time you've not been married to him. The only thing that's been stopping me. No. I'm interested to see where it's gonna go next, because I don't know. I always thought that like the reveal of their feelings for, not their feelings for each other, but I guess his feelings for her would always be through like the Twitter accounts, something like that. Like he'd probably overshare about it and she'd be like, oh my God, he's talking about me, or something like that. But I'm interested to see if like he would just come out and say it somehow. So let's keep reading. Okay, so earlier as they were driving to this convention, they were talking about their families, and we learned that Levi's family is like a military family, and like everybody in his family goes to like some kind of military army thing, and he is the only one who hasn't done it, so he sees like himself as kind of a disappointment. We find out that once his mom was like, I guess realizing he's going to be working for like NASA or something, she was like, if you get into the space astronaut program, you will have redeemed yourself. This poor man actually tried to get in, but he was too tall. Can you imagine that? Being like, wow, this is the only way I can make my family not think of me as a disappointment, and I can't even get it done because I'm too tall. Okay, I feel really bad for my girl B, because this advisor comes up to her and she's like, hey, you guys should come to my party. And at first like, no, but this, and she's like, I'm retiring, actually, I'm not gonna come to any more conventions. And B's like, okay, I'll come. Tim and Annie are there. Bad already. Tim has the audacity to come up to B and say hi. Leave her alone. Stay away from her. Get a job. To make matters even worse, while B's washing her face, Annie comes up to her and she's like, girl, I don't know why I did it. It was stupid. It was a big mistake. And she's like, we didn't even last a week together. I didn't like him. I despised him. I just did it because, oh, we're better than, like, you're really good at everything and you're better than me and you're better than him. No, that's just stupid. And then she was like, oh, I wanted to apologize, but you blocked me. And then I thought, oh, because they were supposed to do a project together. She was like, oh, I thought that I was going to see you at the project. You told me that there's no way you could have contacted her. I don't believe that, not for a second. And then it's like, and then soon B apologized to her. She's like, I was your best friend and I wasn't there for you when you needed. Are you stupid? B, you are not at fault here in any way. But it's just like, But anyways, I am officially 2/3 of the way done with the book, so I'm excited to get into the last few chapters. I guess, I don't know why I expected the book to move a bit faster romance-wise. I think that we've kind of gotten over the enemy part, so I'm kind of interested to see how we can evolve into the lovers aspect. Okay, so I am 2/3 of the way done with the book, and I have to be completely honest, I feel like nothing's happened relationship-wise. It might just be me just kind of going through it and just reading, but it's like nothing's really happening. But I think that's about to change because I'm at the part where they are going back to Houston after the convention thingy. Sorry, I was just smacking my keyboard. And guess what? Levi, I almost called him Adam. Levi is about to tell her. And I'm very interested how that's gonna go because he just found out that she did not get married and that she was never married, and then on top of that, Tim cheated. I was gonna record myself reading from my laptop point of view, but I don't have my laptop right now, so just ignore the stuffed animal. The way he's laying, oh my gosh. Ignore the stuffed animal, courtesy of my boyfriend. But I'm about to read it, so let's see how it goes down. He said, whatever you're imagining from the tamest to the wildest inappropriate thoughts, that's probably where my mind is at. Okay, freak Levi, okay. She said, my Target dress took you by surprise. You'd be surprised what a good Target dress can do. Wait. Okay, so apparently that part where him and Tim were talking before, and Levi allegedly was like, Tim needs to find somebody better. Apparently it was the other way around. Tim was telling Levi to leave you alone. Okay. Oh, he thought that Tim told him that he was making me be uncomfortable. So this is all Tim's fucking fault. I mean, it is understandable because Tim was her boyfriend at the time, but then again, he was also cheating. So, I don't know. I think I'm reading into a whole nother section. They did not fully get into their feelings, but now they're talking about sexual intercourse is forbidden in work areas. So I'll need to read and see what that's about. Tell me why. Kaylee, how do I say B's assistant? Rocio? I'm sorry, I might just be tripping right now. I don't know why I can't say her name. They had sex. Not only did they have sex, they had sex in her office, which was being recorded. Oh, sorry, my phone was gonna die. Which was being recorded. Also, ignore whatever sounds you can hear in the background. I'm playing something. But like, the fact that they were doing it at all in the office is crazy. But also, I'm surprised at the switch up because like, she hated Kaylee for a good solid minute, but I guess things changed. Also, doesn't she have a boyfriend? Or am I getting things mixed up? To make things, I don't know, worse or better, they also did it on B's desk. What do you think about that? He's horrified, as am I. Why did Levi just say, this will be excellent practice when we have teenage daughters? You're jumping a few steps, buddy. Okay? Calm down. I don't know if it's because this book has just felt really long to me and nothing's really happened until now. But like, B and Levi are kissing and like, I don't care. Like, I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I really don't care. I don't know why I don't care, but I just don't really care. Like, I don't know. I feel like the description of it just isn't intriguing to me. It's like wet, open mouth, and it's half bites, and it's it's just not really doing it for me. I'm so sorry. And that makes me kind of worried about how I'm gonna think about when the rest of the book happens, because like this is just their first kiss. Like I'm assuming that they're going to have another kind of scene like this, whether it be a kiss or whether they go further. But like I wonder if I will be really invested in their relationship. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I haven't fully finished reading this chapter, but they're still kissing. I know, like the... Tell me why the fan just blew my pages. Anyways, what are they about to get into? Because like this is their first ever kiss, and all of a sudden his mouth is on her, and his hands are somewhere. What's going on? Okay, so Ali Hazelwood, you're kind of sick for convincing us that, or at least convincing B, that Levi had a wife and child. The woman, I think she might be an ex of his, whatever. And the kid, not his. His best friend since childhood died, and that's the kid's dad. Not only did he die, Levi saw him die. In specific, saw his head crack in two. And the only reason Levi is even on Blink is because the guy encouraged Levi to be an engineer. You had me thinking this man had a wife and child. He has a dead best friend. And his dead best friend's child, who has epilepsy. Ali Hazelwood, I feel like I've been conned. I thought that this guy was a really bad guy. He's just a decent person. Well, I think a bit more than decent. Not sure if maybe I'm just tired from being awake all day, and especially because like it's like 1-2 in the morning right now. But B and Levi just did it, and I'll be completely honest, I didn't care. I did not have a single care. I just read it and I was just like, it was nothing going on. Usually I'm like excited because obviously it's like, oh, you know, they're finally reaching like this point in their romance, you know, good for them. But it's kind of like, I don't care, which is a little bit unfortunate because I felt like I don't think I had any hopes for this book truly, but I feel like now I just really don't have any. I feel like I kind of was just bored of it because there was nothing happening with them romance wise, at least nothing that I saw as very significant, not until the kiss and then this. So right now it's just I mean, yeah, they did it. I don't really care. I want to care more, but I don't. So I'm interested to see how it's going to be like to continue the rest of the book, because although they are sexual with each other already that I just read in chapter 17, I really wonder what their romance is going to be like. So I'm more interested to see that because I don't care about them and I want to, you know? But I just don't. So yeah. Okay, I have been reading a decent amount, and I think I have 6 or 7 chapters left, maybe 8, I'm not sure. But really, I haven't really been caring a lot about this book, unfortunately. But I am excited to see where things go romantically, because although B is kind of like, no, I don't want to be in a relationship, that's not for me, I'm sure you'll find somebody, Levi's like, okay, you can think that, but we're gonna be together, which I kind of like, because I think that it's good that he's not exactly pushing Levi, that Levi's not exactly pushing B to be like open to a relationship, and more so letting herself slowly go through kind of like the mental trials of being like, okay, I really like Levi, okay, I can do this friends with benefits sex thing, what if I want to be in a relationship with him, just like that. Right now they are at Lily and Penny's house having ice cream with them, or about to be, before B faints. But this little girl is asking her all these questions, and she's like, oh, do you want to have twins, because B has a twin sister. And then she was like, you know, maybe I could have kids, I'd like to have some twins. And the little girl goes, that's good, so does Levi. Why are you playing matchmaker right now, Penny? Come on, girl, stay in the kid's place. Okay, so after B faints, her and Penny have this cute moment where Penny's like, oh my god, you're just like me, you have seizures, which I thought that was really cute. And we find out that Levi's parents are going to be coming soon and that they're possibly going to have dinner. And for some reason, B wants to go. I don't think that's a good idea. And then soon on top of that, she says, oh, I could pretend to be your girlfriend. This is the same girl who is like actively trying to avoid the label of being his girlfriend in real life, but to pretend to his family that you're his girlfriend. And then soon, I think she's doing it just to kind of see that they aren't as bad as Levi say, which is if someone says their parents are bad, especially as a grown adult, their parents are probably bad. Levi says, oh, I don't think my dad could hate you. And then since she says game on, no, this is a terrible idea. Because what if his parents do like her? That could be a good thing, but it also could be a bad thing. And then Snip's like, if his parents don't like her, it's just a bad thing. So it's good to see how that's all gonna go down. Okay, it's like 12, and although I know that I don't have to finish this book tonight, I am kind of tempted to. So I think that, because this is all I have left, I think I'm gonna pull an all-nighter tonight and try to see if I can quickly finish this book. That way I can not only end this vlog, but also record my video where I talk more in depth about it. So the Love on the Brain all-nighter starts now. Okay, so I've just briefly read the introduction to the dinner that they have at a steakhouse, because that's what Levi's family chose. And he introduces B to them, and then soon somebody says, I told you he probably wasn't gay. Oh, okay. I think this dinner is going to be very interesting, and I can't wait to read about it. Things are already going bad. I don't know what part of B was like, yeah, I'm gonna stand up for him in front of his whole family and be like, hey guys, he doesn't need to go to the army, girl. Please, let's choose silence in this moment. And then soon somebody's like, you're rude. And Levi's like, no, she's not. Don't call her that. Okay, points for Levi. B, shut up. This whole idea for the dinner was bad enough, but you need to realize that his parents are as bad as he says. And although it's been kind of obvious that I don't really care about these characters, no shade, I do like Levi's desperation when it comes to him and B. I think that's really attractive in a man. And as I'm reading what happens after dinner, because there's something that's happening after dinner, there's just one part that caught me off guard, and it's saying B is, you know. And then soon it says he traces the bulge through the skin of her cheek, which is insane to me. I just wanted to mention that because although it may seem like I don't really care about these characters, I do like Levi in some aspects. B, I'm half and half on. I don't really know. Okay, I just finished reading that scene, and the part after where he tells her to open her mouth, Ali Hazelwood, you kind of killed it with that one. I can't lie. I can't lie. That one had me just a little bit. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit nervous. I feel like this is the only part of the book that has me interested, because tell me why they're pulling out fake screenshots of B's Twitter account trying to ask for money to kind of go against the anti-testing movement that she's kind of started. And then soon she's like, oh, they don't know it's me. All the screenshots are fake. Tell me why she gets a whole kind of like cease and desist from her real name. Oh girl, B friend, you're done for. So I'm excited because we're gonna get a whole B Twitter account reveal. If that was me, girl. Huh. And then soon it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how Levi reacts to finding out that B is the same person as Marie. I'm just kind of shocked. My heart is kind of racing now, especially because I have, I think, 4 chapters left. So let's see what can happen in 4 chapters. The end of the book just keeps getting more interesting. They do their presentation, and for some reason something goes wrong, and Guy ends up having a seizure, which is extremely scary for everybody. and essentially Brink is almost shut down, but they say it's salvageable. But apparently they think B is a weak link, and she's like, you know what, there's too much going on right now, and she just leaves the room. So that's interesting. I'm sure that Levi will absolutely keep her on, and I don't know if he would step down if she wasn't a part of it, especially considering the fact that he is doing this for Peter and for Penny, and as B says, for her. So I don't know. I think that things will get solved in the end, because I'd hate for it to have like a tragic ending where like she gets exposed for being Marie on Twitter, and then soon she literally leaves Blink. I think that is not gonna happen, hopefully, but we're gonna have to wait and see. I'm sorry, but B's description of what she thought, I don't know how to say, but Levi's Twitter, she said, a 5'8" nerd with a beer belly and male pattern baldness. She just found out that it's Levi because she noticed that the cat in the picture is quite literally Levi's cat. But 5'8" nerd with a beer belly and male pattern baldness. Okay, for Twitter, she's pretty accurate, but that's still crazy. So I'm reading the chapter right before the epilogue, actually, and let's just say somebody was on Homegirl's computer messing around stuff and was able to access her Twitter. And now he is sitting here confronting her. Spoiler, it is Guy, the astronaut who literally had a seizure not too long ago. So after Levi very kindly recorded a whole bunch of clips of B's cat that lived in the building of Blink and sent it to her, she's like, okay, something's fishy here. She can notice that somebody's coming. So right now it is like 11 and B went to go check, her computer, and Guy is there. So I'm a little bit scared, but since it's like the last chunk of the story before we get to our happily ever after epilogue, I'm gonna record my reactions. I'm very scared. Anyways, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out because she said that she misspoke, and he's like, I don't think you did. Girl, if that cat don't come and attack him, oh my gosh. He said, what have you told Levi? Oh my gosh. Oh my god. He knows that she emailed Levi asking about security footage. Because he was in your account, girl. Oh my gosh. Okay, so he did this shit on Twitter just because Homegirl wasn't actually married. This is, man, like, it's really just evil. He said, I cannot believe you're fucking him, B. Woo! Oh my gosh. He says you were supposed to hate him and then you fell in love. Who does that? I'm sorry. He's a horrible person. He has jokes. I'm sorry. Girl, he has a gun? I was not expecting that to happen. He really said insert Space Force joke. B, if you don't use that gun to shoot him, please, please, he needs to be gone. He's gonna make it seem like it's a suicide. Oh my god, he's smart. The cat is attacking him. I'm sorry. This is not funny, but that's just unserious to me. Levi's here. Oh my gosh. You better kill him, Levi. That's the last thing. I think you might have to kill him. I'm sorry. Aww. Levi instructs B to sit down because she's like so like lost in what's happening. And then she passes out. Who would have seen it coming? Okay, I just had to record that because I think that has been the most excited I have been for this entire book. And honestly, it was worth it. It is now 8 in the morning, but this all-nighter is complete, and I'm happy to say that I have finished with Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. I have to be honest, this was a long book that I really did not have the best of time with, but I'll tell you guys more about my opinions on the book in my other video, my books and beauty video, where I'll be doing my makeup and speaking on this book. You can catch that in the description as well as somewhere around here. I'm not really sure, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. This reading vlog I felt was a little bit half and half because I didn't really have much to say about the book. So I apologize if it really wasn't up to par, but I'm just happy that you guys watched me read this book and that I read this book with you guys, kind of. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out my other reading vlogs and other books on reading if you are someone who likes Ali Hazelwood books in specific. I have also done videos on her Love Hypothesis book, so I would say go ahead and check that out. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check the description for my social media and my Etsy shop, and I believe that is all. I'm finished with the book. Thank you for watching, and I love you.